Hey everyone, it's Chris here from Everyday Survival Gear, and today I'm bringing you the review of the Nitefox UT20. 18650 tactical style flashlight. It's got dual switches, a rear clicky and a side switch, inbuilt USB charger, uses a Cree XML2 for a maximum output of 1080 lumens. We'll have plenty of beam shots at the end like usual and whatnot. And yeah, we can pretty much get the review started. You know, I can't even see myself on the camera, so I don't know if you guys can even see me because it's like pretty sunny here. Can you see me? I don't know what's going on here, but we'll get the review started in the shed. Alright guys, so in front of me we have the Nitefox UT20. It was sent to me by the Nitefox rep. I looked up their website. I'll leave a link in the description to their website, and also I'll leave a link in the description to their Amazon store. It retails for around about $30 US, somewhere around about there, so pretty cheap. Yeah, so first of all, we'll talk about what it comes with. You get the, obviously you get the UT20 itself. You get the clip, which comes on the light. You get a tactical ring. I love these tactical rings on these tactical style lights because it allows you to hold the torch like so, and then access the rear clicky. It is a dual clicky, so yeah. You get the cell inside, which is a Nitefox cell. So here we go, Nitefox cell, 2600 milliamps. It says it's high drain, but it's also a protected cell. The Nitefox UT20 does incorporate USB charging. You get the USB cable too, so that's it there. And a spare towel cap and a few spare O-rings and the instructions. The instructions do say you're meant to get a holster, but I didn't get the holster, so I don't know what's going on there. Doesn't really matter, I guess, because you do get a lot with the package, and it is a pretty good price for what you get. Alright, so first of all, we'll just run through the specs. So it's made out of aircraft grade aluminium alloy, pretty standard there. Machined by CNC, solid and durable. It's got a max output of 1080 lumens. When will I ever get this right? USB rechargeable, works with one 18650 battery, outdoor and tactical mode. So it's got two modes. You can mode select, which I'll show you how to do in a second. Smart reminding power indicator, constant current circuit with memory, max runtime, 20 days, moonlight mode. So if you put it on moonlight mode, you get 20 days of runtime. It does have a true moonlight mode. Actually, it's only 1 lumen. But to my eyes, it appears to be a little bit less than 1 lumen. Well, at least that's what I think. So, it uses a Cree XML2. So, we'll have a look there. That's the Cree XML2. You can also see it's using a SMO reflector. So, a smooth metal oxide reflector. The reflector is actually a pretty massive size. If you have a look at it, you can see it's a pretty big reflector. It's got AR coated glass. It is using hard anodizing type 3, so it is a pretty dark finish light, but it is still using hard anodizing type 3. It's using a constant current high efficient circuit. So yeah, it is IPX8 waterproof, works in the rain or shallow water. So IPX8 should be good till at least 1 meter underwater. That's how you get the IPX8 certification. It does have a rubber boot here on top of the USB port, and that is pretty sturdy. It does feel like it connects in pretty good, which is always a good sign. It's got reverse polarity protection to prevent damage from improper battery installation. So we'll run over the size now. It weighs 93 grams. That's without the battery, so it is a little bit chunkier, but it is also a little bit bigger than a standard 18650 flashlight. So it is 139 mils in length, 25 mils in body diameter. So if we compare that to my Clear S2 Plus, we'll put them both here, just so you guys can see. That's that. And we'll also put in the Sovereign SP32, so you can see it is a little bit bigger than the rest of them. But it is a tactical style flashlight, so you would be expecting it to be a little bit bigger. They're a little bit beefier in size. Alright, so before we run through the different selections of modes and whatnot, we'll run through the actual modes themselves. So it's got 5 modes and 4 are standard. The strobe's hidden. So you got a moonlight, low, medium, and high. So right now it's on moonlight mode. You can see it's on. It's a fairly low moonlight because you guys can hardly see that. This is meant to be 1 lumen for 480 hours of runtime. So that's pretty good runtime there. Next mode up, you click the side switch. It does have a green LED indicator there. Is low mode, 60 lumens for 28 hours. Next up is medium mode, 300 lumens for 6 hours. And last but not least, high mode, 1080 lumens for 1 hour, which is just about right. It's got a beam distance of 350 meters and a peak beam intensity of 25,000 CD. So impact resistant to 1.5 meters because it's not using a boost or buck driver, so it is going to be a little bit stronger. In an IPX8, 2 meters underwater, it says here. And the tests were done with a 3400 milliamp hour battery, of course. Alright guys, now we just run over the UI. Super simple. So it's already on, as you can see, but we can turn it off from the rear clicky, which is just here, and we'll turn it back on. So you can see it's now on moonlight mode because that's the last mode that we had it in. So we'll cycle mode, so moonlight, and then low, medium, high. So that's pretty much the UI there, the basis of it. You do click and hold for 2 seconds to get in the strobe. So that's strobe mode. And then if you want to change modes between tactical and outdoor mode, I think they call it. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, so changing modes between tactical and outdoor mode, pretty simple. You hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And it will blink twice, like so. And then now you know that you're in the tactical mode. So tactical mode, side switch no longer works. So click on the side switch, it's locked out. So now you gotta push and turn off. So it's the rear clicky. So it's like using a forward clicky now. So you got to turn it off, and then on, and then we get strobe. So you'll get low mode, then high mode, and then strobe. So super simple. This mode is probably better if you're going to be using tactical mode, or in certain scenarios where you might have the light in your pocket and you want to pull it out really quickly, and you can kind of like half click it and you got it on whatever mode it was just on. So right now it's on high mode. So super simple UI there. Alright guys, so I'm just trying to wear the battery down a bit so I can show you the charging current of the USB port. While that's happening, I'll tell you, it does actually have a battery check function. So when you change modes or when you turn it on or whatnot, so I'll turn it off for a sec and I'll turn it on. So you can see it blinks green there. When it's blinking green, it means the battery is above 20% voltage. Once that side switch starts to turn red, that means that voltage is under 20%. And once it starts to flash red, it will start to flash on and off. That means that voltage is below 10% and that you should really start to charge it then, because I never really let my 18650s get down that low. So yeah, we'll actually pull it apart for a sec and then we'll test the USB charging port. I did test it and it does stop at 4.2 volts, which is good. But these are pretty basic charging boards anyway. So you can see it does have a gold-plated spring on the back. You can see it's kind of built like a standard flashlight in that sense. Here's the battery here, the Nitefox battery. It's a BR1826. I will not have a clue what cell is underneath this, to be honest. So I don't know, it's black on black here where we're working, but if it does focus, all the threads are cut really well and they are anodized, so you can lock out the threads if you want to. So the tactical ring is removable. I'll put my one on there because I like using them, the tactical ring. The clip is also removable. The USB charging port is here. It is protected by the rubber boot. A little bit crooked, but doesn't really make a difference. That could have very easily been me. It does come undone at the front here. So you can see the front threads are very well cut too. I'll move the camera up a little bit. Just give me a second. Might be a little bit better view there. So you can see drivers there. Gold plated spring on the front too. Side switches here. I'm not sure what the side switch is made out of. I'm pretty sure it's just alloy. It doesn't look like stainless steel. It's not shiny enough. A few little heat thins there. It does have the anti-roll head, which is great because you don't kind of want your torch rolling around the whole time. So it looks like it can be undone here, but it's glued together, so I'm not really going to try. There is your XML2 and your SMO reflector and your AR coated glass there. The tint is pretty much a cold white tint, even though the phosphorus layer on this does look like it should be more neutral white. I'll have a better look when we're outside tonight, and we'll check out what tint it is. I should probably also mention that the tactical ring is actually metal, and it doesn't get threaded on there. So it just places on like so. There's no threading needed. I think it only fits on one way around. If you got it the wrong way around, kind of the towel cap won't tighten properly and the light won't switch on. So my one switches on now. So yeah, I'm just going to drain this battery a little bit more. Then we'll check out what current the charger works at. I think there's way too many different colors going on here for the camera. So as always guys, with any USB flashlight charging, I should say, so if any flashlight that has USB charging and a towel cap, make sure that the towel cap is undone. So we can see it's charging at what's that, 73 amps. So it charges 73, 76 amps. So somewhere around about there. I would say it's meant to be a 750 milliamp hour charger. The battery is probably still above 4 volts because I haven't had it for that long, so it is dropping down amperage there, but it just dropped back up. So yeah, not bad. So basically, to charge the included cell, it will take you about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, somewhere around about there. So about average time. Alright guys, so now we're outside with the Nitefox UT20. We've basically got it on moonlight mode, which is 1 lumen. So you can see it is like not bright at all. It is like very dim. You can hardly see it on. That's my workbench there. You can kind of see the mess. But just to show you, I can only really show you around the shed. You can't even really see to the very back of the shed because it's so dim. So just barely. It makes it a good night light if you've got to get up in the middle of the night. It won't make you blind. It probably is just enough to walk. So if I show you down the bottom on the floor, you can kind of see it moving there. So it's just enough to see around. We'll take it outside and see how it does outside. Alright guys, so next up we got low mode on the Nitefox UT20. It's 80 lumens, but you can see it does a really good job. It lights up my backyard pretty well. To me it appears a lot brighter than 80 lumens, but then I got to do more testing. So I just ran a ceiling bounce test now, and this thing came back as pretty much 1200 lumens, which is actually pretty good. And funnily enough, in that same test, I just retested the Convoy S2 Plus, but this time without a high drain cell, and I only got like 59 lux. So this thing gets about 70, so it is like substantially brighter when you're not using high drain cells in both. I even tested it with this Nitefox battery, and this Nitefox still rips it. So I'm going to go inside later and grab my IMR cells out and see if it's me or the light. So next up is 300 lumens. You can see there's no way that that's 300 lumens. That's way too bright to be 300 lumens. The beam pattern is actually really good. So you know there is a defined hotspot, but you can't actually see any rings in the beam. That's the main thing here. You don't want to see rings in the beam. The tint isn't actually too cold. You can see the colors pretty well. If I show you there on the keg and the chairs, you know, you can distinguish those colors pretty well on the chairs, so you can see the faded parts and the parts that still look dark blue. We'll have a look to my nephew's toy there. Even though it is getting washed out because it is quite a strong beam, even though it's only 300 lumens, you can distinguish the colors still. So if we go to 100 meters with this setting. You guys can't see that. We just get there, but you can't see it too well. Right, next up we'll go high mode. 1080 lumens or 1200 rated by me. You can see more than enough light to light up my backyard. Does a really good job. From my testing, I can't really see much step down. The manual doesn't say nothing, and I didn't really notice any time step down at all, so that's also a bonus there. So you can see pretty wide beam still, even though it is using a SMO reflector. It does go all that way. We'll go to 100 meters now and see how it goes. So it gets to 100 meters, pretty easy. I'm not sure about the Candela rating there right now with 25,000 CD, because it gets to the tree pretty easy, but it's not the most defined. I guess it's like Candela is a theoretical number. Alright, now we'll try it against a few lights and see how it does. Alright guys, so we've got the Nitefox UT20 on to the left, and to the right is the Convoy S2 Plus Clear. So this is the SMO reflector and the XPLHI. So Nitefox with the XML2 here, and Convoy to the right. So you can see the hotspot on the S2 Plus is still tighter, but it is using a D-domed LED, while the Nitefox has a much larger beam. But the reflector is a much bigger size on the Nitefox UT20. Probably about double the size to the S2 Plus. I think next up we'll compare it to a standard S2 Plus and see how it does. Alright lads, so same again, Nitefox to the left, and to the right is the Convoy S2 Plus. So we'll just double check the settings. So you can see a slight difference there in tint. The tint isn't actually too different. So to be honest, the Nitefox looks pretty much like a neutral white tint, because the this Convoy S2 Plus is pretty much a warm white tint. It's about 4000K, 4200K, and they're not actually too different. You can see brightness wise that the Nitefox is much brighter. I'm more interested in the tint. They're actually very similar. I didn't expect it to be so close. Alright guys, so lucky last I guess. Nitefox UT20 on to the left again, and to the right is the Sofren SP32. So the Sofren's a neutral white tint. If we put them side by side, you can see there isn't too much of a difference actually. There is a slight difference, but the UT20 doesn't actually look like it's fully cold white. Output wise, we'll go UT20 first here. That's the UT20 on by itself, and that's the SP32 on by itself. So you can see the SP32 is much floodier, but output wise they're kind of similar. I think the UT20 just has it, but it's a little bit hard to tell with the little bit of tint difference. Alright guys, so this review is wrapping up now. This is my lemon tree. I don't know how well you can distinguish the colours on the lemons and whatnot, but there are a few yellow ones there now and a few green ones. We'll cycle through modes. So yeah, it's washing it out on high mode, but you would expect it because you're a little bit too close. So low mode is pretty much the perfect setting, and the greens still look really green, at least on the camera and in person. So color distinction is pretty good. Anyways guys, I've been blabbering on now for quite a while, so yeah, alright guys, this has been Chris bringing you the review of the Nitefox UT20. Just had a little brain freeze then. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.